In a busy marketplace in Somalia's embattled capital, Mogadishu, a pair of young boys marvel over a couple of shiny plastic Kalashnikovs. It's a poignant image from a country where two generations of children have grown up seeing the machines these guns are modeled on used in action. But it may not be just toys boys and girls in Somalia of this age and younger have been handling. According to Human Rights Watch, HRW, and other researchers, there is increasing evidence to suggest hundreds of children have been fighting alongside the warring parties who have torn the nation apart. According to the latest data from HRW, based on 164 interviews with Somali children and their parents, children as young as 10 have been coerced into fighting both for the militant Islamist group Al-Shabaab and the Transitional Government Forces TFG fighting to push them out. While some are given weapons and taken to the front lines to fight, others are trained as suicide bombers made to run errands for soldiers or even as girls used for sex or domestic service. This 13-year-old boy, whose identity has been hidden to protect him, said he was one of several children forced to join Al-Shabaab ranks when militants stormed his school.
They gathered the teachers in an office and locked them in there, and then they came back and searched the classes and took the children away. The teachers were told they would be freed, but should wait. The teachers asked, "Where are you taking the children?" "We're taking them for jihad," they replied. Some teachers said, "Stop asking questions or they will shoot us."
After being taken, the boy said he and his friends were kept in a camp where they were taught how to fire guns and told they would be shot if they refused to comply. Asked whether they were taken to the front line to fight, he said,
"Yes, and many from my camp died. At night after a defeat, they would bring more children to the front line. If they brought 100 children, some would end up wounded, others dead. Some of my friends aged 10 and 11 died there."
Human Rights Watch are not the first to draw attention to the use of children in Somalia's 20-year civil war, but their latest research sheds more details on how children are recruited and what they are used for.
Al-Shabaab has forced children to serve as fighters in its ranks, sending them to the front lines, strategically placing them in front of adult fighters to protect them. They're cannon fodder. Other children have been used as suicide bombers.
I was taken from my home by Al-Suna militia. I was taken to a camp to take part in fighting. I was sent to the front line to fight on 2 occasions.
He considers himself one of the luckier children because he managed to get away.
One day, I was sent out to spy and collect information. I escaped that way. They sent me to collect information on their enemies, to know where they are and how many they are.
For research, the TFG uses armed children at checkpoints and as workers, if not in actual armed combat, then working behind the scenes as runners and informers. Human Rights Watch and other humanitarian agencies are calling on the TFG to release any child soldiers in their ranks and African Union troops fighting alongside Somali forces to push for an end to the use of underage fighters. They are also calling on the international community to do more to protect the rights of children in Somalia, especially those in areas vulnerable to militia recruitment.